G'day all, welcome back to Dad vs Son, our playthrough of Spruance Leader from DVG. We're playing the Indonesian Soviet influence campaign in 1983. We're doing the short campaign, which means we have 4 targets. We did the first mission where I had the Americans go in and try and take out the airfield, and they got 4 hits out of the 5 on it, which is okay. But the poor old Kirk ended up with engine problems halfway through it and ended up back into the support area, so I couldn't use it. It had no actions. So at the end of that mission, the Task Force Commander Munson ended up with 4 stress, the Fletcher ended up with 4, and the Kirk ended up with 1. So that is that. We're about to do the second mission, where we're going to use the Australians. Okay, so just as a rehash, we've got an SSN commander, Shadlers, who's a green, has no specialised actions. We've got the destroyer Perth, which is an average 4. The destroyer escort HMAS Torrens, who is the skilled 5. And 2 FFGs, the Adelaide and the Canberra, and they're both green 4s. So let's get into it. I'm trying a different camera angle this time to see if it's a little bit better. So I can sort of bring this along like this and do everything else. Again, the cards, I've got the encounter, the enemy subs, the enemy ships, the events there, and the targets over here, just the stress up there and the other bits and bobs there. Okay, so priority R and R, no, we're not doing that at the moment. Otherwise we have 26 SO points for the mission SO points, but we gained 13 last time, so we've got 38 points, and I want to try and save enough so that we can do a priority R&R at the end of this mission before the next mission. So I only want to spend a maximum of 28, which is still 2 more than we're allocated. Okay, so target selection is the first thing, and we have an enemy wolf pack. 4 subs with 6 VPs and Task Force 1. We need to destroy all the subs or we lose 3 SO points. So that is that. So we'll put that there. So 4 subs, which is going to be a bit of a go. Starting SO points we've done. Task Force equipment we've done. Assemble the Task Force. And set up it on the tactical display. Okay, so let's have a look. We'll have the Perth as the Task Force Commander, the flagship, back there. So I'll just put that over here. So it's done. The 2 frigates will have only got Mark 46s. They don't have ASROCs. Or, sorry, Ikaras is the Australian one. So I'm going to put them both forward so they can at least spot the baddies. So we've got the Adelaide and the Canberra forward, and then the Torrens is back. So both the destroyers are, in fact, no, I'm going to put, no, I'm going to put them like that. So the frigates are forward and the destroyers are back like that, with the Perth as the flagship. Set up the ship draw cup. Okay, so we have 4 ships. So we'll have 3 1s, 3 2s, 2 3s, and 2 4s. And that is done. There we go. I'll just leave that over there out of the way. Purchase ordnance. Okie dokie. So we don't know what else we're going to run into. The only one I have that has, in fact, all of them except for the Torrens have harpoons, which is good. So we're going to have 3, 4 harpoons to start with. We'll just adjust as needed. On the Perth, I'm just going to put them in the tray so they're out of the way. Oh, get up in there, you silly piece of cardboard. So that's, and then we'll have 4 for the others that can carry them, which is the FFGs. So 4 for the Adelaide. And 4 for the Canberra. Okay, so that gives us 12 harpoons to start with. Like I said, I may end up adjusting that. Right, now, we don't have ASROCs, but we do have Mark 46s. So I'm going to give 4 initially to the Perth. And 1, 2, 3, and 4 to the Torrens. Oops, Mark 46s, not ASROCs. And 2, 3, 4 Mark 46s to the Adelaide. And 4 to the Canberra. So at the moment we've used 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 out of the, what did I say I wanted to use? 28 max. Okay, so I need the Icaras now. And we've only actually got 4 Icaras or Icaras. No, 5, that's it. Which is pretty crappy. And they're the same as an ASROC, needing a 7 to hit. Oh, is the ASROC a 6? No, it's a 7 as well. So it's just a different type. Still minimum range 2, maximum range 3, costing half a point, sorry. There. So we've only got 5 of them. And I've got 2 ships that can carry them, the Perth and the Torrens. So I'm going to put 3 on the Perth and 2 on the Torrens. So that's another 2.5 points. So yeah, we've got to get in close and dirty, which is a bit of a pain. We do have anti-air stuff, but none of the air stuff can hit us. They've only got floggers, so they're only anti-air, so I'm not worried about them. I wonder if maybe I get a chopper. Let me have a look at the Australian choppers. I think we've got Sea Kings. No, Seahawks. But again, they can only carry Mark 46s. But it might be worthwhile to get one chopper. So we're going to take brekkie, bit of breakfast. And I can put that on either Adelaide or Canberra. So I'm going to put it on the Canberra. Get rid of that. So that's another 4 SO. And then I'll grab some more Mark 46s. 4. I'll grab 5. That evens it out with the Ikaras or the Icaras. I'll put them on the Canberra, ready for the Seahawk. Well, in fact, I'll put 4 on the Seahawk and another 1 on the Canberra. So that's that. Okay. Righto. Oh, I can carry Sonoboys. Do I want some Sonoboys? Yeah. Take 2 Sonoboys as well for the chopper. Okay, and let's work out what was spent. So we spent 2, 4, 6, 8. Sorry, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 all told. Okay, so we've spent 20, we've got 18 left. Okie doke. Get that out of the way. Just chuck that up there. And that's what it looks like. So we've got harpoons, Icaras, 46s, Icaras, harpoons, 46, harpoon, 46, Sonoboys, and 46s. Okay. Next up, commander skills, no. Fill out log sheet, no. Place task force counter, done. Roll for enemy task force placement. Right, oh. We shall come over this way. Right, oh, task force placement, and we have 4 task forces. A 2. Oh, in fact, where's the mission is in Where did my mission marker go? 19. So down here, off Sumatra. That's a pain. Okay. Goes in 2. We don't have to worry about that one. Goes in 6. Gonna have to worry about that. Goes in 2. We don't have to worry about that. Come on, another 1 or 2. 1 or 2. No, it's 6. Damn it, Janet. Okay, so we've got 2 task forces in our first zone we're going to have to go through. So that's all done. The decks are all shuffled. So task force movement. And we move into there. And it's going to be B. No enemy air attack check. Task force activity check. Yep. So we'll grab a encounter. And it's, oh look, submarines. And we're at +3. So if we roll a 1, we're in luck. A 1! Yes! Okay, so I can get rid of that card. What would it have been? Either 3 or 2 subs. So no. Okie doke. So B is done, which leaves D. Grab a card, and intel is surface, so we're going to have a low or a high. Uh, 5 + 3 is 8, is going to be high. Oh, and look at that. It's going to be 3 subs and 2 cargo ships. Destroy the porks for 2 SOs. Righto. Let us grab the 2 of them. Shuffle that up again. So that will be ship 1 and ship 2. Ship 1 is 1 SO sunk. Ship 2 is 2 SO sunk. Ship 1 and ship 2. Oh, it's a sub counter, you idiot. Okay. Neither of them are starred. And 3 subs. Here's our sub-duder. And we have 1, 2, and 3. Sub 1, 2, and 3. And we don't know what they are at the moment, so we leave the star side up. Okie doke. That is done. Now I can bring this back this way so you can see everything and lock that in place so it's out of the way. Ship 1 and ship 2. Counter placement. Okay. Ship 1 is placement +2 is a 10, which is 6. And azimuth is a 1. It's over here. Ship 2 again, placement +2 is a 4, which is 5. And an 8 is right over on the left flank. Sub 1. Okay. Sub 1 is 7, which is 5. And 3 over on the right flank. Sub 2 is 1, which is in the 3rd zone, and a 6, which is here, and sub 3 is a 0, which is zone 4, and a 7 in here. Okay, so we'll just chuck them there. Like that. Mission complete check. I'd like to say it was, but no. Sonobuoy detection, no. No, that's idiot. Task force encounter, turn battle, there. Battle turn is on 5 and an event. Top bit. Alert crew, pick one main force ship to be fast for the encounter. Oh, I like that. Okay. So the Perth is fast for the encounter, so I'm just going to put it up there so it's a little bit forward. Okay, Sonobuoys, no, fast task force actions. Let's see if we can find some of these boogers. Okay, we'll do the Adelaide first. It can detect out to 6. It has a 0 for sub. So 5 to 8 is detection. And that's nothing on there. So 5 to 8. A 3, no good. Then the Canberra, same thing. It's on a 0. So a 5 to 8. A 9, detect 2. Okay, so we've got to detect. So now we need to find out what it is. On a 1, it's a neutral. A 2, it's an enemy sub. Okie doke. So we'll grab a sub card. And we've got a kilo class. And it's not starred. So that is sub 1. Sub 2. Idjit. And of course it's going to be the bottom counter. Okay, enemy sub 2, detect 2, that can go away. So what do we want to do? So we've got the Perth now, and it has 3 Icaras it can fire. We're outside of range for, outside of range for Mark 46s. We need 1 hit. We are a -1 on the Perth, which means we'd need an 8, which becomes a 6. We'll fire. We're going to have to get close with the others, aren't we? Now, we've actually got 3 slow actions for the commander, which is bloody wonderful. Now we can't move the task force with this commander though, as a general action. But what do I want to do here? Okay, the Perth is going to fire 2 Ikaras. I'll call them Ikaras. So we need 7s, which becomes 5s. But we're -1 sub, so 6s. Righto, we only need 1 hit. A 1. And that one went wild. A 7. And sub number 2 is destroyed. Okay, sub number 2 goes away. Ship sub is destroyed. It's not starred or anything else. They go away. And this goes away. Okay, that is our fast actions. Move enemy units. Oakley dookly. So enemy ship 1 is a -2 to movement. Is a 6. For a ship is patrol. Enemy ship 2, same again, -2, is a 7, which is range -1. Da-dum, dum 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 dum. Okay, sub 1. It's got just a detect and a -2 noise. Okay. Is a 4, which is patrol. And enemy sub 3 is a 10, which is range -3 ping. 1, 2, 3, and a ping. 1 ping, Vasily. 1 ping only. Righto. And then they do what they're going to do. So enemy ship 1 can only detect at range 1. Enemy ship 2 is the same. Sub 1 is a detect 4 at range 3, so it can't do anything. And sub 2 is detect 3 on a 5/9. Okie dokie, we need a ship. A ship. A ship. And we have ship 2, the Canberra. Okie dokie, so we are a 5/9 plus 2. The Canberra is no noise modifier. Okay. Is a 5. Is a detect 1. So we need to find out what this sub is now, because it's going to be attacking. Okay. A 1. It's a neutral. I need a neutral sub, because we're going to have subs all over the place. Where did they go? There we are. Okay. 1 neutral sub. Came in here. And it was pinging which I don't think we care about. But we'll leave it there. Okay, that goes, those go. Detect goes, task force ship goes, back in the bucket. Enemy sub goes, and enemy sub goes. Righto. So it's not going to do anything. Slow task force actions. So we have the Torrens. Now, it's got a 4-7 for enemy ships. So we're going to try and find what our enemy ship 2. So it's a 4-7 with +1 on ship for attacking. That's, yeah. There are 0, so a 4-7. That's a detect 2. And we rejoiced. Yay! Okay. And then we have the 3 slow actions for Shadlers. So I'm going to get the Canberra to fire 2 harpoons. It's a -1, but that's okay. So that makes it 7s, and that's it. Okay. And it's hit and goes kablooey, and that is 1 SO point for that ship. This all goes away. Ship 1 goes away. Enemy ship goes away. Detection goes away. And we pick up 1 SO. Okay. We go to... We can move this forward for this now a little bit. Slow action 2. Boop-be-doop-boo. The Torrens is going to try and detect the sub. Is that what I want to do? No, they can only do 1 to 3. Can't do that. The ship. So that's a 4-7. No, we'll do the Adelaide. No, can't attack it anyway, can I? But that's okay. We can try and identify it. So the Torrens will try and detect the ship. So that's a 4-7. -2 is a 6-9. No. Which leaves us one more thing to do. And we'll have the Adelaide try and detect. No. We'll have the Perth try and detect. No, it can't do that either. Yes, it can. Another 4-7, so a 6-9. No. Okay. Decreased detection levels. There is none, but this ping goes away. Boop. Reset commander actions. Decreased battle turn goes down to 4. End encounter, we don't know if we can yet because of this sub. So we go back to sonobuoy detection. No. Fast task force actions. Okay, the Canberra is going to launch the Seahawk with one sonobuoy and one Mark 46. I need the doobie, don't I, for Brekkie. Hey, Brekkie. Where are you? Come on. You can do it. Okay. So here's Brekkie's counter coming off the Canberra. So 1 out to here, 2, 3, 4. And Brekkie picks up a stress. Okay, other fast. The Adelaide can try and detect the ship. That's a 5-8. Becomes a 7-10, becomes a 6-9. No. And that leaves the Perth as a fast to identify the ship. So that's a 4-7, becomes a 3-7, becomes a 4-7 again. 4-7. Done. Detect 2. Righto. Then we do enemy movement, I believe. Yeah. Okie dokie. The ship is a -2 movement. A 6 is patrol. And the sub add 2 to all sub movement rolls, yeah, is a 10, which is range -2 and ping. I think I misread that as range -3 last time. My apologies. Okay, and now the sub will try and detect, can it? Yep, detect 4 at 3. Task Force 3, the Torrens. Okay, detect 4. It's got nothing else. It detects 2. Okay, so the Torrens has been detected, so we need to see what this sub is now. Okay. It's a 3, which is an enemy. It's going to be, oh, Nakula. No. And it's a starred. Okay, so this is sub 1. And it takes 2 to kill it. Okay. Righto. So it is like that. And it has found the Torrens. Okay. It has a missile 7 at R1. Oh, sorry, wrong one, idiot. Torpedo at range 3. On a 6 to 8. 1 or 2 torpedoes. A 4 is, it's 2 or 3 torpedoes. So that's 2 torpedoes at the Torrens on a 4-7. And the Torrens is noise 1. So that's going to be a 5-8. First one is a 1 hit. Which is stress +2 and a hull hit. So 2 stress on the Torrens. And the second hit what did they say they were? They're 6-8. So 7-9. A 10. 2 hits. Oh, poor old Torrens. Is a stress +2 and a hull hit. That's enough to sink the Torrens. Torrens is sunk. Okay. Don't need the stress anymore. He's got enough stress as it is. We can get rid of his ordnance. Icky pickies. And Mark 86s. And that is that. And we go to slow actions. And we have the Torrens gone. Right. 3 slow actions. We haven't detected it yet. Bum, bum, bum. Range 3. Okay. The brekkie is going to do a sonobuoy. So we need a 7 to 10. -1. So an 8. Oh, an 8. We get a detect 1. Beautiful. That can go away. Sorry, because he's already been hit. Okay, and then for his second action, he's going to fire his Mark 46. So we're up 1, down 1, so we need a 7. And that's it. It can carry 2. 2 Mark 46s. Okay. So we're a 7, we're a 6. 7 and 8. A 7. 1 hit. Okay. So we are 1 hit. 2 hits. And we sink it. Woo! The Seahawk gets it, so the Canberra gets a experience point. Okie dokie. Sub 1 goes away. Sonobuoys and 46s go away. This goes away. And 1 experience for the Canberra. Oop. Okay. So that was 2 actions. Was that 3? I think that was all 3. So that is that. Decrease detection levels. This goes down to a 1. I think we're going to forget about this guy. He's not a starred ship or anything else, so we're going to call it quits. So ship 2 goes away. Detect goes away. Enemy ship goes away. And ship goes away. And that goes away. And that goes away. Right. So that is encounter complete. Draw event card. What did I do with that other event card? Put it somewhere. Oh well. Bonus SOs. Earn 2 points for each enemy ship destroyed during the encounter. So that was 1 ship. So 2 more SO points. That is done. Evaluate, attempt, repair, add stress. Okay. So the Adelaide gets 2 stress. The Canberra gets 2 stress. And the Perth gets 1. And the Commander gets 1. Okay. Commander, Perth, Adelaide, and Canberra. So your Hawk's already got its 1 stress on there. And it's got 2 Mark 46s and a Sonoboy left. Okay. Record experience, done. Promotions, no. And we are back to task force movement, and we move into the target zone, the mission location, which is our enemy wolf pack of 4 subs. Okie dokie, so we're going to have 4 subs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okie dokie, so I don't know why I grabbed that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right. Placing the subs. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we'll just go there, and there, and there, and there. Eesh. Okay, sub 1. At 4 is 4. And at 1, moving out on the flank. Sub 2 is an 8, which is 5. And going to 4. Sub 3 is 8, so into 5. And moving out to 2. Oh, they're getting in good positions. And sub 4 is a 2, which is zone 3. And a 7 over here. Okay, battle turn counter, back to 5, event card. Alert crew, pick one main force ship to be fast for the encounter. Well, again, the Perth. Oh, I must have put that one back on top, sorry. We'll draw another one. Commander on the ball. Add one slow commander action each turn during the encounter. So he's up to 4 actions now. 4 slow actions. That is going to help. Righto, we've done that. Sonobuoy detection, no. Fast task force actions. Right. Okay. Brekkie will take off from Canberra and go 1, 2, 3 to there. He's now up to 2 stress. Perth. No. Adelaide will try and spot this sub here. So it's range 3, so that's a 5, 7. A 4, 6. So a 4, 6 is a 5, 7 again. No. Perth will try and spot this sub. Can it do that at 3? Yes, it can. It's a 6, 8. Acting as fast, so it gets a +1. No, it doesn't. So it's a 7, 9. An 8 is a detect 1. Righto. So we've detected this sub. So we need to see what it is. A 2 is an enemy. This is sub 4. It's a kilo class. Got Sean's kitten crying at the door. Okay, kilo. And a SSK. Righto, that goes away. It's not a star. We have to destroy them all anyway. So that's everybody's fast actions. So we go to enemy ship sub actions. Okay, sub 1 for movement is a 7. Is flank or range -1? Can't flank, so it's going to come into here. Sub 2 is a 1. Is patrol or snorkel. So it's just going to stay there. Sub 3 is a 3, which is patrolling. And sub 4 is movement -1. A 5 is range -1. She's Kilo's moving in on us. Righto. So we need to find out who these guys are now. Sorry, we need to see if it detects. Detect 7-9 for 3. Yeah, can do that. Pulled a 3, so that goes away. And we've got a 2, so going after the Canberra. Sorry, going after the Canberra. Seven to 9. And the Canberra has got nothing, so it's a 7 to 9. That's a detect 1. Yeah, helps if you do it the other way, idiot. Okay. Sub 2. So it's got only detection 3, so it's not doing anything. Sub 3, detection 3, not doing anything. And sub 4 can attack the Canberra. It's at range 2. It can fire torpedoes to range 2 on a 7 to 9, but its initial attack is -1. So that is an 8. 8-10. And the Canberra has nothing. Torpedo defense of 1. So it is a 9 is the only thing it'll hit. Nothing. Right. Slow. And we have 4 slow actions now. Okay. We're at range 2. So the Canberra is going to fire 2 Mark 46s at this sub, since he's been targeted. Canberra is a 0 for subs. So we've got a dice modifier of +1, so 6s. We only need 1 hit. No noise modifier. That doesn't matter. Torpedo defense is 0, so 6. Oh, hit. And she goes kaboom. So enemy sub 4 is gone. And the 46s go away. And he's not a starred sub, so we don't get anything for that. But that is that one done. Okay, that's our first action. Second action. Brecky is going to drop a sonobuoy. Okay, and we've got noise of 0. Brecky is a 0 for sub, so we need a 7 to 10. No. Brecky's then going to try and use the MAD, needs a 5. Got it. So that's a detect 1 on the sub. So we need to see what it is now. A 4. Of course, it's an enemy sub. And it's an alpha. Yay, team. I don't want that one to get into bloody sub-range 1 because it uses its Schipfel torpedoes then. Okay, so this is sub 1. This goes away. Okay, we've got a detect 1 on it. It's at range. Well, it doesn't care about the range. We're going to use our 2 Mark 46s off the Seahawk. So this is our 3rd action. Sonobuoy can go away. So we are 7s. And its torpedo defense is 2. So we need 9s. -1 is an 8. Nope, misses. Oh, it hits. 1 hit. Okay. So she's hit. My 46s go away. Put the Sonobuoy in the wrong spot as well. Okay, we have 1 action left. So we're going to get the Perth to fire its last Ikara. All right. The Perth is -1 sub. So that gets rid of the detect value. Torpedo defense is 2 -1. Okay. So we are at -1. We need an 8. A 9! Second hit and destroys it. So this goes away. Task Force Ship 2 goes back in there. This goes away. And all this goes away. Enemy damage. Don't know why I put the enemy subs in there. Don't know why I put the damage in there is what I'm saying. Detection goes away. Right. And the Perth gets a experience point for that. That goes away. That goes away. And Perth gains an experience. That's all our slow actions. Decreased detection levels. Nobody has any detection levels now. That goes away. Reset commander actions. Done. Battle turn counter. Yep. End encounter decision. We've got to keep going. Encounter complete. No, it's not. So we're back to Sonobuoy detection. Nope. I don't know if I've been doing that properly. Yes, I have. Blah, 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 blah. Fast task force actions. Okay. Right. We've got 2 subs out there. We can only detect them at range 3. So the Canberra will bring back brekkie. There we go, brekkie. Bacon and eggs for everyone. And that's about all we can do. We can't detect them. So it's going to be over to them to move. Okay. Sub 2. A 3 is patrol. Sub 3 is a 5. Range -1. Okay. That. So then they decide what they're going to do. So sub 2 can only detect at range 3, so nothing happening there. And range 3, nothing happening there. So we go to slow actions. So I'm going to use my first slow action to move the task force, because I don't have a general action to do it, so I'll use a slow action. My second action is to get the Canberra to try and spot this guy. That's a 5-7. He's a 0. So that becomes a 4-6. Oh, he misses. Okay, that was my second. My third action is to get the Adelaide to try and spot. So again, that's a 5-7, so it comes a 4-6. That's a detect 1. Righto. So we need to see what this is. A 5. It's an enemy. Who would have thunk it? A Charlie 2 SSGN guided missile. Yay. Okay, sub 3. Okie dokie, that goes away. So we have 1 action left. And I don't think we can do anything because they're out of range. Yep. 1 action left. I don't want to pull them in any closer this time. So that's that. Decreased detection level. So this goes down to 0. But at least he's still detected. Reset commander actions. Decrease the battle turn down to 3. End encounter. We've got to keep going. He's not starred either, so I don't have to worry about that. Right. Sonoboy detection check. Nope. Fast task force actions. Okay, he's at 3. We can't attack him. So I'm going to use 2 of the Mark 46s off the Canberra to put on the Seahawk because he's there. And Brekkie's going to take off, and this is a Canberra's action. Takes off and goes dut, dut, and dut. To there. And gets another stress. So he's up to 3 stress now. He's okay at 4. What else can we do? We could try and increase the detection level. So the Adelaide will try and detect sub 3. That's a 5-7. Becomes a 6-8. Becomes a 5-7 again. Okay, 5-7. A 3, no good. So the Perth will try, and that'll be a 6-8. No good. Okay, well, we know he's there, but we just can't do anything about it. So we're up to sub movement and actions. So sub 2, a 9, is flank or range 1. So it will flank. And sub 3 is a -2 to movement. A 0. Patrol. Okay, he's going to stay there. Actions. Sub 2 can't detect. Sub 3 has missiles on range 3. Missiles on range 3 to 5 and torpedoes range 1 to 2. So he's going to try and detect. And he's going to try and detect ship 1, which is the Adelaide. Okay, so he can do 1 to 5. He's a 4 to 9. 4 to 9. Adelaide. He's got nothing. 4 to 9. And he did nothing. So that's that, and we go to slow actions. Okay. Brekkie. What's this guy's torpedo defense? Is a 1. Brekkie is going to drop the 2 Mark 46s. So he's going to need 8s. We need 2 hits. A 4's no good. An 8 is a hit. Okay, so he's got damage. Damage 1. That goes away. Okay, second slow. We will bring them in. So commander's action. Brekkie stays there. Enemy ship 2 is there. Okay. Third action is for the we'll use the Perth to fire 2 torpedoes. Its torpedo defense is now 0. The Perth is a -1. So that's, but we're a range of 1. So that and that, we're still on 7s. Oh, miserable. And miserable. Jeez. We have 1 action left. The Adelaide will fire 2 Mark 46s. Okay, the Adelaide is a 0 on sub. So it's just going to be 7s. No. Oh, jam, Janet. And that's the end of that. Decreased detection. So he's undetected again. Reset commander actions. Battle turn counter goes down to 2. And we keep on keeping on. Okay. Sonobuoy detection. Can't do. Fast task force actions. Okay. Brecky is going to use the Canberra's action to do a mad attempt on a 5. Which is not affected by noise or anything else. Gets it. So that's a detect 1 on this sub. So we need to know what this guy is now. Oh, come on, please. A wonderful, wonderful. A 3. Neutral sub. Yes. Okay, neutral sub in there. This guy goes away. Detect goes away. Enemy sub goes away. Okay, we've just got to get this bloke, the SSGN. Okay, second. The Adelaide will try and do that. Hang on a tick. Sorry about that. Just had to quickly do something. Okay, so the Adelaide is going to try and detect the sub. So the Adelaide at range 2 is a 3 to 6. And its noise is 1, but it's -1 to noise, so 3 to 6. We've got the +1, so it's 2 to 5. The 2, detect 1. There goes Pussycat again. Yeah, listen to the poor thing. I'm dying, I'm dying. Okay, so the Perth can fire 2 Mark 46s. But the Perth is a -1 for sub, so that's 8. Torpedo defense is 0, so we need 8s, but we have a DM of 1, so we're back to 7s. We need 2 hits. Oh, God almighty. 7. 1 hit. So that's the second hit, and he is kablooied. Yay! So we can get rid of that. We can get rid of him. Damage goes in there, not there, you dickhead. Sub goes in there, detect goes there. Okie dokie. Draw event card. Gain 4 SO points. Okay. So that's an extra 7 that we've picked up. So we'll have, we had 18, so it's 25, and we'll have 26 next time. So that's 51. Oh, yeah. So target 19 is destroyed. Okay, let's go through this. Evaluate encounter. It was destroyed. Repair attempts. No. Add stress to ships and commanders. Okie dokie. Right. The Adelaide gets 2 which becomes 4. The Canberra gets 2, which becomes 4. And the Perth and the Commander get 1 each, which becomes 2. And the Seahawk has 3 as well. Okay. Add stress, record experience. So it was a successful mission. So Spadlers gets 2. The Perth gets 2, which takes him to 3. 4 in fact, because he sunk that one as well. He's going to be able to upgrade. So I need to rub that out. The Torrens got sunk. The Adelaide gets 2, and the Canberra gets 2, which takes him to 3 of the 4 he needs. Okay, so the Perth becomes skilled and has no more experience. Let's grab his card and turn it over. Oh, he picks up a cool. Woohoo! So he was +1. Oh, -1 sub. He's now 0 for sub, +1 for ship. He's gone from 476836. None of this changes. None of that changes. So he's got a cool and his stress stays the same. So he's picked up a cool and he's lost the negative for sub and picked up the +1 there. Okay, so he is skilled 5 now. Get in there. Okay. Pencil. Skilled 5. Group promotions were done. So that is it. Victory points earned is 6. What do we need for an adequate? 16. We've only got 2 missions left. Yeah. And task force goes down 1. Hey, there's only 2. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Task force goes down 1. There's still 4 task force, so that doesn't really help us either. So that is the end of mission 2. So I don't forget, I'm going to do the priority R&R now. So that's 10 SO points, which leaves me 41. So we'll just come over here. So this guy will be 0, 0. This becomes 2. This becomes 2. And the Americans up the back, let's pull that out of the way for a moment. Sat out a mission, so that's 2 down. Plus 2 is 4. Is 1 there. And the Seahawk is back down to 1. So that is our stress done. So we can effectively take either task force this time. But we lost the Torrens, which is a pain in the bum because it was my other Ikara carrier for getting subs out at range 3. Australia, where'd you go? Where did you go? The ships, there we go. So we may in fact, what we will probably do is bring the Brisbane in. That's our other Australian ship, another destroyer. So I'm just going to leave that there. But I'm not doing that at the moment. So there we go. We're halfway through the campaign and we are doing dismally. So take care, and I will see you back here for mission 3 next time. Bye for now.